Yo. Yeah. Say what's real.
My father figure keep me guided, I'm always protected. Not a single wrong, I don't ever get corrected. Light over my shoulders, tales from a priest. Take a Psalms 23 and sit your tail to a seat. Legendary in a way, but nothing like a tall tale. False gods set them up, they all fell. Fantasies, they all sell. Nothing in my time can compare to the timeless. The light behind my rhyme and the one who I get in line with. Ain't no other lane for this fire flame minister. Descended from a higher plane, ain't no higher name from the one. When a gun jam, I figure you know now. Divine power follow me, that's just how it be. I can testify for sure, my heart not pure, but still I get to see a day that I did not work for. Bodies dropping with the climate, gas raising on black faces. Still I'm the one who made it. I just be thinking when I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I go, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. With my conscience, I acknowledge that there is a higher power. Look at me. False idols never promise victory. You survive cause you was meant to. Stop the guessing, you a prized possession. Blessing from the sky, ain't no higher lesson. I'm a messenger, you should get with this rhythm. Gospel, you ain't gotta be poor with chains no more. Flip up your master plate, don't be captivated by your master space. The earth is yours, but first the one we know gon' have to pass away. Destiny, you part of a higher design. They tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. Coming at the wild child who made it through the birth canal. One shot, amazing how you missed the kiss of death. Life was in your step, people turned away from out this way, never coming back. Slipped and fell inside the cracks, landed on their back, but you 10 toes in the field, still in one piece, for real from the bottom, where all kind of brothers get easily killed. Rest in peace to them. You part of a higher design, they tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. When I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. Most High, I said something keep watching me. Something keep watching me.
Information is worth more than diamonds and pearls. Got Amalek and Japhet, mind up on the swirl. The fact they got the knowledge make them all wanna hurl. So what will happen if we decide to keep us lost? Wicked system of Sodom and Egypt will surely fall. The Lord will go before us, purge out the wicked. Get ready for war, you don't wanna miss this. Sons of thunder, watch them rumble and watch them crumble. All of the vapors and doctrine got them ducking and dodging. And they don't know how to fake the truth. Produce back, watch them stack, so they can all fall down.
Hey, the spirit bear me witness, I'm from 3 tribes, that's Levi. Babylon, take your last breath, you heard right, no free lies. Your Howard doctrine keep growing, we keep buzzing with beehives. All these coffers keep coming, we keep cutting with these knives. They precept, reiterate, reestablish these laws, we prevail. Yeah, it clean me up and wash my mind, my soul got detail. Can't buy into what you say, we window shop your retail. Christianity, the black folk is cracking your e-cell. I'm Jew, your ego got your head as big as Yaku. He just try, I'm humble, but the dog in me like top food. Slaves got dropped on marshland, just had to run that by you. Don't know how to live right, what the scripts are how to. I witnessed some crazy things, but I don't know about y'all view. I watched my elder Melder go to sword, put that on y'all Jew. Doctors get devoured, girded for you cowards. Salvation is ours, count her lawyer Howard.
going out regardless, can't nobody stop it. I hate when Christians try to tell us the law is abolished. The sons of thunder bring our precepts to cut up their doctrine. Now they leaking and turn the scarf and we got them tweaking. We keep the holy days, learn out the ways of the heathen. We the people with the power, Kwam Yasha Allah. We gotta follow the commandments of mighty Yahweh. To keep the Sabbath holy, we don't bow, go to work. We say no to pork and we keep fringes on our shirt. Children of Jacob, Esau hungers and even rapers. That was just punishment, the Most High will never forsake us. My folks is far from a lack of knowledge, we really clueless. Amalek being the chosen people sound really stupid. Jewish, then tell me what's your tribe. You synagogues of Satan, Revelation 2 and 9.
Shabbat Shalom, Israel. Hey, Kwam Yashala. Shabbat, family. Most High, when y'all having a blessed night. And of course, you want to start off by giving, of course, all praises, honor, glory, and thanks to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushua, man. And again, double honors due to the Ottawain over here at the Sons of Thunder, man, who've been teaching this doctrine, teaching well. If you have not already watched last Sabbath class and the cam video that just premiered, you got to go back and watch that, man. But of course, coming back from a powerful lesson like that, it's time to get into After Hours, the quiet storm, man, right? But before we get started and everything, we want to get into a few announcements before we get into this, man, right? As you all, like I said before, we got to get into the, of course, you know, if you haven't already watched the class beforehand, make sure you check that out. But aside from that, if you want to join brothers in doing the work, and of course, like we was talking about before, if you believe your message, right? If you believe that this is the truth, you got to go out and teach this thing too, right? You got to spread it. You got a desire to have others know this as well, right? Don't take this knowledge and hide it under a bushel or a bowl, but instead let that light shine, man. Join us, of course, with our next prospect phase. You looking to start after Passover, man? Send us an email to sotisraelites@gmail.com, man. Serious inquiries only, right? As well as our sisters, right? We need you in this work. Send us an email to pillarsofrest@gmail.com for our next prospect phase, man. And of course, get around sisters that's going to help you get built up in this thing, man, right? It's going to help you in order to grow and improve, right? Make sure you're joining us for our feast days. Next, we just kept the first month of the year, man. We was turning up for new moon, right? We was turning up for the new year. Back in the world, you was going off for the new year, right? Back in the world, y'all was turning up for 4th of July. But we got to turn up for the new moons, man. You see, I saw laughing. You know, very well we had the dang Star Spangled Banner type trunks on, man. We was wicked.
Nah, you know, it's funny because when you said going off on the 4th of July, the first thing I thought of was a picture of me with some damn USA trunks on. That's the first thing I thought of.
We was festive for it.
The brothers in the spirit.
We was festive for it, right? But we don't take that same approach and that same spirit towards the feast of the Lord, man, right? When that's our strength in this truth. The Lord said, hey, man, the joy of the Lord, that's your strength, right? So when we walking in that, when we gathering ourselves together, man, not forsaking that assembly, that's what's going to help us to get built up in this thing. So you got to congregate. You got to come out for the feast days, man. If you haven't already, send us an email to sotfeast@gmail.com. And of course, inquire about how you can join us, man. And of course, the next one that we have coming up is going to be the Passover on April the 1st at evening, man. Make sure you're in Atlanta for that. And if you don't know how to get access to it, hey, send us an email to sotfeast@gmail.com. And of course, scan that QR code at the top left corner of your screen so you can buy your tickets for it, man. We want to see you in attendance. You brothers and sisters show much love, man. We want to see you feast with us, man, right? Come serve the Lord and come rejoice with us as a family again. And as well as that, hey, join our Patreon, right? That's where you can find much more edification from, you know, the leadership of SOT, as well as the soldiers and officers, of course, as we put in our brick to watch this thing grow, man. So, of course, plant the seed and, of course, to water it within our people, right? And hey, man, if you really looking to grow in advance, I would definitely suggest you locking in with the executive tier, man. That's how you're going to get access to all the content that you see on the screen. That being the Captain's Corner, where it's specific content just from them. On the Pillars of Rest, that's sisters content just for them and by them, man. Where you get that from? Our behind the scenes work, our exclusive camps, our resources, our debates, man. All this and more is on the SOT Patreon, right? So if you have not already tapped in, right? And of course, you know, if you're looking for, again, how to get built up, send us that email to pillarsofrest@gmail.com for our sisters, man. If you haven't already, right? Alongside that, we got to emphasize this continuously, right? Make sure you tune in with all of our classes, which of course, you know, we just getting off the after hours class right now, but make sure you tune into Bar for Bar tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? But without further ado, man, we got to get into some proper etiquette and some bad business, right? This lesson just doesn't only go for, you know, us within the truth, but this goes inside and outside the truth, right? This goes for everybody, right? It's the way we got to conduct, and it has to be royal, right? But with that being said, before we get into the lesson, because of course, you know, it's just us on the scene, we got a few things we want to bring out to you, family. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and yield the floor to my brother Asala, man.
Hey, shalom, family. Y'all busting y'all start the thumb. Y'all busting y'all start some marathon to the brothers and sisters, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Hey, yeah, man. Let's get into some wisdom before we get started on the class. You know, I don't want Clubs Allah here. Kind of hit it on the head, right? Talking about Passover. That's kind of what I want to get into. You know, Passover is approaching rapidly. All right, what's it, like 2 weeks away now? Just about 10 days. A week and a half. You know, it's a term that SOT has coined over time. It's not the season, it's the mindset, right? We shouldn't only be examining ourselves and trying to correct things here and there right before Passover, right? Or just because Passover is coming up, or just because Day of Atonement is coming up, so on and so forth. It's not the season, it's the mindset. Right? This is the mindset we got to maintain all throughout the year, right? So the first precept I want to grab is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5, classic. If you can grab that from me, brother, so.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. And it reads, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Hamashiach Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates?
All right, we got to examine ourselves whether or not we be in the faith. You got to prove it to yourself day in and day out. Right, that's something that we should be doing on a daily basis, examining ourselves, especially in a time like this, right? And that's not to say don't examine yourself every other day of the year. That's not to say only do it in Passover season. But right now, we got to examine ourselves for real, right? And I'm going to explain why. Can we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11? And see, my 1 Corinthians been fell out of my Bible. Chapter 11, and I want to start at verse 26.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 26. It says, for as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come.
And for context, Paul is talking about the Lord's Passover right here, the Lord's Supper, right? The Passover Seder that Yahushua and his disciples ate the day before, or I guess leading into the day that he was crucified, right? So read that verse one more time, Brother Sir.
God. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come.
Right. As often as you eat the bread and drink of the cup, of the Lord's Supper, the Passover, right? You show the Lord's death until he returns, until he comes again, right? Until the resurrection, right? Read verse 27.
Verse 27. Wherefore whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord.
Right. If you're unworthy to eat that bread and drink of that cup of the new covenant, right? If you're unworthy to take part in the Passover and the sacrifice that Yahushua gave, right? That means you're guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord. So we got to make sure we're clean, we're spotless, right? That we're of the right mind coming into this Passover, man. Right, and then read the next verse.
But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup.
Examine yourself, right? Examine yourself so that you can eat of that bread and drink of that cup, right? And I really wasn't gonna continue reading, but I think we gotta read the next two verses. So let's read to verse 30.
For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep.
Right. Eating and drinking unworthily damns yourself. Right. And for that cause, it's a lot of us that are sick, man. It's a lot of us that are asleep. So let's not do the things that lead to that. Let's do the things that lead to eternal life. Right? Let's examine ourselves in this season, right? And let's present ourselves a holy sacrifice to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? With that, I yield.
Hey, if you can, read verse 31 for me, please.
So let me pull it up. Should have been.
It's cool. The brother said that 1 Corinthians fell out the God. But check this out in verse 31 and verse 32. We was talking about this. I was keeping not Passover, but New Moon with HOI, man. Our beloved family out there. Shout out to the house of Israel, right? And we was touching on this point just a little bit, right? But check this out. Read that in verse 31 and verse 32.
If we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged.
So if we judge ourselves, if we do that examination, right, that eternal look, that deep look, do I really believe this thing, right? Am I really committed, right? Then we would not be judged, man. We say this all the time. I believe Adawan Warrior Micah Ali, we say we'd rather have man judge us than the Most High to judge us. He just dropped a camp video on that on the Jacksonville channel. Make sure you tapped in with these things, because the same things is being brought out through the Spirit. Read verse 32.
Verse 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world.
So when we are judged, we're chastised by the Most High God so that we don't be condemned with the world, right? The Most High, he has to get us and correct us on the path that we're on, because we're his sons, we're his children, right? But it's not to destroy you, but it's ultimately to improve you, right? So when it comes to that point, you can't take that mindset of this is to destroy me or this is to ruin me, right? Else you be not a son, right? But instead an enemy. But you got to adopt that mindset that no, this is meant to correct me. This is help. This is to again, this is the Father's role within my life. You got to let the Spirit bear witness with your spirit that you are a son or daughter of the living God, and that he's going to walk with you as such, right? But it takes with what? Submitting yourself onto his rules. And again, what his rule was right here is that when you come together for the Passover, you have to do it in the right spirit, right? You're not supposed to be there. You trying to get hammered off the dang wine that you sipping for the Seder meal, and you trying to get full off the lamb and the unleavened bread that you got for that meal, and you like, well, why this piece not big enough, right? This brother got more unleavened bread than me. Like, you're not there for that, right? But instead, you're there to show the Lord's death till he comes. You're there for what reason? In remembrance of Christ, right? That's purging that leaven. You got to be there with the right intentions, right? You taking your own supper. You got 5 plates. No. We ain't even done drinking. We ain't even done with the Seder meal yet. But you don't already have 5 glasses. But this is the Lord's blood that you over here trying to get drunk off of. What are you doing? We can't come with that spirit. We can't come with this improper etiquette towards the Passover. But we have to come with the right spirit towards it, right? Hey, man. This is in the spirit of what we're getting ready to go into with the lesson, right? We got to have proper etiquette. And the scriptures teaches us these things, right? The way that we conduct our feast days, the way that we present ourselves when it comes to dealing with our elders, when it comes to dealing with our leadership, when it comes to dealing with each other. Amen. This Bible is practical. It's not all just deep. It's not all just deep prophecy and mystery, but instead it goes into how to live life better, right? Hey, how to make things better for everybody. The scriptures deals with equity, right? Which means what's best for everyone, right? And of course, that can go into money and finance and whatnot as well on another fold. But even still, it's to improve our quality of life. It's not to make things harder. Shoot, the weight of the truth is already light, but it gets heavier over time, right? But we don't want to make it harder through, of course, continuing in these old ways like those sins or those weights that we let him beset us, right? But instead purging these things out and preparing for the Passover. It's going to come with what? That self-examination, right? And I'm going to yield there.
Soft and warm, the quiet storm, yeah, the storm.
Kwam Yashala. Can I be heard? Let me get a mic check before I get started. Can I be heard? Let me get some 7s in the chat. Hey, call Allah Yahabashim Yahshua Barakatah for a real new year.
That's right.
The real new year. We're going into spring. We are in spring, right? You know what? We got to drop a bomb for a new year. I think that was a bomb. Sounded like it. First off, make sure y'all tapped in with all of our channels. Excellent teaching edification has been going out. I want to give double honors to the angel over this house, General. Y'all will all make sure, if you haven't already, go back and watch the camp video. And then on the Sabbath class, it's technical, so you're gonna need your notepad and your Bibles, right? We gotta talk. The water for the brothers, for building it up. We gotta talk. What is thumbnail at? Throw this up there. Just throw this up there. Proper etiquette and bad business. Ain't gonna be a long lesson. Yo, matter of fact, hold on. Y'all gotta hear me. We're gonna get a little background later. Israel, nigga. Oh.
Disclaimer: parental advisory warning. Parents and guardians are hereby advised that this class contains mature subject matter and may be inappropriate for children. Attendance is intended solely for mature audiences and may include, but not limited to, coarse language, sexual content, and suggestive dialogue. Viewer discretion is advised.
With that being said, Yo, niggas are lacking proper etiquette. The Bible teaches you proper etiquette. We notice everybody was not raised the same. Everybody wasn't raised up in the same generation. You know, I'm exposed myself. You know, I was raised up in a different generation than the two brothers on the screen with me. Micah Allah was raised up in a generation that was different from my generation. This brother, one of our new soldiers, he's raised up in a different generation than from what Warrior was raised up at. Right? Let me see who else I got on here. Our PRR sister was raised up in a different generation than this sister here, right? That's our spade. That's like SOT spades player, right? I'm trying to cover all bases. Arshallah was raised up in a different generation than where Bakash generation was raised up. And with all that being said, because some brothers have the same spirit, some brothers have, you know, old and sisters have unique and, you know, older spirits, you know, and some people and on the age group that's on the screen here with me have learned they know proper etiquette. I'm trying my best not to crash out, right? Not to crash out. But it's lacking. This entire generation, from the YNs and the YBs, if you know what them are, all the way up to the YLs and the OGs, if you know what those are, right? And everybody in between. Some things have gotten out of the way. We don't have no kind of sense of what is it called? Oh boy, I done lost it. It was right on the tip of my tongue. No kind of brothers. The men don't have no kind of chivalry for the sisters anymore, and I understand it. So brothers don't have. Let's start here. Brothers don't have no kind of chivalry. What is chivalry, Asala? Let's see.
It's like patriarchal manners, I guess you would say, like men holding the door for a woman and like, yeah, like things like that. I guess I don't know like a dictionary definition for it, but that would be an example.
Right. That's not right. Because when I'm gonna let me not move too fast. Right. Let me see what Q says. You give some examples. We're gonna get there. Elder. We're gonna get there. I would say, let me put that one to the side. Go ahead, Q.
I was gonna say, I would say like honorable conduct. Like I would say like different manners and whatnot, things that you know you would be raised to do. I would say within certain households, like hold the door for your sisters. Like you carry the bags for her, like you do the legwork, and things of that nature. Shoe. Like it's I don't. It's less like the brother said. This is a new word. I say even for me too, but that's the best way I could describe it. Though,
you know, the way I was raised when I was able, my mom and my aunt taught me that if you're in a car with a woman and she goes to get gas, you got to pump. But let me say it. You get out as a man and you go pump that gas. These are basic. It doesn't matter if you're trying to woo that woman or not. Like I said, my mom and my auntie taught me that. Right? And I'm gonna get to what Warrior said, but let me talk to the brothers for a moment, right? You as a man is supposed to be the ahead, the leader, right? You're supposed to be taking charge of each and every situation, whether that is wherever you're trying to woo or not, right? You're supposed to hold the door open for the women. You're supposed to do you know when you're walking on the sidewalk or on the street, what side are the women supposed to be walking on if she's with you? She walks on the inside curb. Why? For potential dangers and whatnot. Somebody, if a car, you get hit first. Or another car comes along because we're in the age of Snatched, whatever movie that title that is, that old movie title when they went to Paris and whatnot. I forgot the movie title. Abducted, one of them, right?
Taken,
right?
Liam Neeson, the movie,
right? So, and somebody could be driving, and they come and open the door, and she's right there. They're not going to take you. You're a little bit too. They can't get you. Shouldn't, but I'm not. That's a topic for a whole nother time, going to human trafficking, because you do have men in human trafficking, but I'm not talking about that right now. But what I'm saying is, she's not supposed to be defending you, and you're not supposed to even be putting her in that kind of position, right? As well, it goes beyond holding the door, just holding the door open. You giving you her arm when you're walking or anything, things of that nature, right? But then we have a term called YB came on the scene. We have a mindset of YBs now that has aided. I'm not going to say they fully did it. I'm not going to say that. But you have the mindset of YBs have destroyed chivalry, where the men don't even want to what's the word?
Surmise?
No, serenade. That's not how you pronounce it. Sister Iola, help me out. Serenade. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't tell Siri to talk. I didn't say nothing about Siri. They don't serade. That's not how you pronounce it. Yo, how you pronounce that? But serenade. You don't have no kind of charm. They don't accept that anymore. But when men give women a compliment, they automatically think that that man is trying to get with her. Who are you? You know, we could go down the list. I don't got as much energy. Serenade, right? Right? You know, you're supposed to serenade her. But that's not the case anymore. The women don't want to receive that. They have a nigga mentality. Oh, I got it. I could do it. I don't need nobody holding the door open for me. Matter of fact, you go, nigga. I don't know what that's how they do. I could pump my own gas. Oh, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm here with you. You stay in the car. And the list goes on. And the list goes on. The sisters don't want to. The list. The sisters don't want to receive that. So then, but why don't they want to receive it? Not every man trying to get with you, sister. You know, if a man gives you a compliment, the man, hey, you look decent, right? And so forth. But right. And America has pushed that. You can be, but I understand it because the men don't want to stand up. They want to be babied. You know, they want to be what's the new terminology they're using now for the men that want to be a sassy? I think that's what it's called, sassiness. Right? But no, give me before I go any further. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Before I go any further, I think I want Romans 8:17. No, 1 Peter 2:9. Give me 1 Peter 2:9.
It's a lucky one.
Just
a quick point. Because I was going to type it in the comments, but
go ahead and say.
Listen, subjects like this are going to show you just how destroyed we are as a people. The fact that you think about stuff like that and it's just like we have no sense of that anymore is going to show you just how far gone we are from the way that we should be. We're a far cry from where we was 50 years ago, right? We're going to go into it as we get into this lesson, but just the examples that the Ottawan gave is just like perfect. And you don't need to go no further concerning just like how bad the situation really is. This goes far beyond than just the commandments. You say, well, hold on. How can you say that? This goes into many levels, right? Self-respect, dignity, right? Honor, that preference that Paul was speaking of. This goes into many things, right? But I'm gonna let I don't want to cook. I'm a you.
Salaki. I would like to just add something real quick as well, because you know, this is a thought that I had a while back, and I said it to another brother in the camp. You know, a good way of judging the prosperity or the state of a nation is just taking a look at like the majority of the women and how they conduct themselves. And you know, I said it's a direct reflection of the nation as a whole, because how the women conduct and behave and raise the children and treat the men, it's all a reflection of the leadership and the culture that's cultivated by the men. You know what I'm saying? And when we see in our communities, we see our women at the clubs, minimal clothing, and doing all type of madness. It's spring break right now, you know what I'm saying? All type of madness. And that's what we see. That's what's put at the front. You know, it's a reflection of how destroyed as a nation we are, man. Our fathers aren't teaching their daughters to not go and do that, right? The young men are doing nothing but glorifying it. We're going for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just wanted to add that little point. I yield. I got the scripture pulled up for you if you want it on the screen.
Give me one sec. Hold on. I want to shock y'all. Share this one.
What the hell is this?
What is the proper way for a sister to pick up something off of the ground? Is this the proper way for a sister to pick up something? Wait a minute. I hate to use a she saw, right? But it's still don't mind her ethnicity. Is this the proper way for, let me get some chat engagement. Is this the proper way for a sister to pick up something off the ground? Yeah, she's in a skirt, right? She's in a dress. Ass tooted all up in the, it's a reason. Hey, you see the two reasons. You wasn't taught proper, because first off, that's bad for your back, right? The second thing is, sis, why you got your ass you got your ass tooted up in the ear for why? You over there trying to catch a cat. You over there trying to catch a cat, but you're really supposed to be bear hunting. You ain't gonna catch no cat with under the covers. I'm speaking in a parable. Anyways. Yo, why y'all got the like this warrior say, you make a brother go off because he automatically wow, right? Ooh wee. Sisters, you, as the sister said, right? You're being at the knee. You're being at the knee, right? She's supposed to squat down. This is, let me stop sharing my screen before I get flagged. Let me see. I hate to use it, but because you know, and this goes, it goes back and forth. Yo, I done been.
You can't use it.
This will be the proper. This will be the proper way, right? You know, skirt a little bit short, but I'm not going into that, right? This will be the proper way. Men, she shouldn't even be down there. This goes back into chivalry. She shouldn't even be down there. Something drops. You automatically, right? Here you go. Right? That's the proper way. Read me Psalm 1 Peter 2:9. Let's put it on the screen. And Q, read me Deuteronomy. Let's get a classic, Deuteronomy 7:6. Go ahead and read that, Asala.
It's 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
Yo, our brothers and sisters are a chosen generation full of princesses, a peculiar people that's been set apart, a royal, heirs to the kingdom out of darkness. But now sisters want to walk around with their tongue out. I was seeing something today. A woman, a sister, had her young daughter with her, but she's playing a game. I'm on social media, right? And she's playing a game with her daughter, and she goes to bend in a short. Yes, I'm seeing cheek itch, right? Cheekinism, and she goes to bend over, and she can't help but not to twerk. It's like it's a defense mechanism. Read that again, Asal.
But ye are 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
How are you going to fulfill this here if you're not acting accordingly? That's not royal. You over there, I mean, every chance you get, tongue out twerking, or you over here at the. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Q. You over here are amongst brothers and fringes. Read me that. Read me Deuteronomy 76 before I go forward. Read me Deuteronomy 7.
Counter one.
I be having a lot to say, but then when I get to teaching it and telling it, you know, I kind of I hold back a bit. Cause I don't want. Cause what's that? Was you talking about me? No. A hit dog is going to howl to the moon. Go ahead and read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
How are you going to be chosen to God where God told you this, but you twerking and showing it's an instinct now? You trying to show your assets every chance you get. Now the man doing that too. Now they got hoochie daddy shorts.
Oh God.
All right.
Asa Allah be wearing them hoochie daddy shorts. You're going off.
All right.
Yeah.
You go, yo. I gotta get. Yo, I gotta get both. I gotta get both. The men want to rip. Come on back, King. This is not about. I'm not making this about dresses. I'm not even going in pants. I'm not making it about that at all. I could briefly touch on, but it's not about that. Lord have mercy. Help me, God. You cannot be chosen to God if you don't present yourself in a royal fashion. I seen Monique told y'all about these head wraps. I mean, it's like these bonnets and pajamas.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Like, I'm really trying not to, you know, I need an after dark class. I need an after dark class. You know, maybe, you know, I'll be a comedian like it, and I do something, you know, just really off the walls, but really it's gonna be teaching, but it's gonna be entertaining at the same time. But I don't want to use this particular platform to do that. But with that being said, you can't be a chosen people to God and you showing off your assets every chance you get. Well, mama gave it, so I'm gonna flaunt that thing. I seen a sister, she was put on blast. I'm gonna use blast very loosely at a Chinese restaurant. It's at a particular famous Chinese restaurant in California, and the sister is in her bonnet and pajamas. Look like she smelled like house, if you understand where I'm coming from. And
Like
she got her ghetto. I'm getting both. I'm gonna get into the Israelite community, but I gotta address us as a because we all went into captivity. Because that's our people over there and doing that, because niggas want to present themselves a certain way. Us in the truth. We got beautiful sisters in the chat and that's watching this. They don't act like that, but they still feel the fruit from our sisters that do act like that, right?
Right.
So she's on her phone with her ratchet friend on the phone. Get her too. Get her too. Like, you're too loud. You're in a public setting. You have you in a restaurant. You at the top of your. This goes for the men as well. You know, I'm gonna get into it. And as she's in the restaurant, the lady, the Moabite is recording her, and she turns around. Bam, bam, wow, right? At the time, that was like when I seen it, like 2 hours, right? It was been posted. 600 likes. I go to other ones that you know that's more of our people that's presenting, sisters are presented themselves in a royal fashion, right? 88, 60, 50. Right? It's been up there for 2 days. Ain't doing too much. But then I go into the comments, I just say, why? You out there, yo, they got beautiful, I understand. Well, my hair ain't yo, they got beautiful head wraps that you don't even know the way they making it now for the sisters, you don't even gotta know how to tie it. It already comes tied and make it look like you did something. But yo, those pajamas, that's for the bed. It's like you haven't washed your ass. Niggas too, because niggas want to come out the house and in their pajamas too and go to the store. It's just down the block. Guilty, right? I go right up the block here. Right? I understand that. But if you really out and about for real, come on now. Put the yo. But this goes beyond that though. You in the grocery store, you over there at the airport. Well, I'm not, yo, they got nice track suits. You got airport fits. You can make you an airport fit. You don't need to be in your pajamas, this, that, and the third. And I could go on. Get me Romans 8 and 16. I think I want. Romans 8 and 17. Or give me Romans 8 and 17. Sisters in the truth. Let's read that. No, not yet. Well, there are people already seen it. Let's read it. Go ahead and read that, Salah.
Romans 8 and 17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
You can't be glorified with Christ and God if you're over there and you're in an attire and we can look like the brother froze. And we can and we can see how well endowed you are at the feast day. I gotta do it. You over here, yo, sisters want to post in the truth with fringes. They want to post on social media. They want to get certain angles and the dress is really form-fitting. And it got there's zits on there, and then they got their fringes on the bottom, and she's turned like this a little bit and looking back and doing a kind of face. I ain't gonna do it, but y'all understand what I'm
that side profile.
Oh, I said we on tape.
He's not lying.
And then you want to take yourself around the camp. Not when I say camp, I mean actually out on the street, right? Because but you want to take yourself around brothers. I'm gonna say that. Not just a feast day. You want to take yourself around brothers, right? Oops. And you want to toot that thing up in the air.
That's all.
That's all. Good. Yeah.
So, but then you may go like about it like this. Well, what brother's gonna pick that up? Oopsies. To my fellas, you don't have to. Oh boy, I may get caught. Y'all know I get caught on counsel every week for these classes I do, and I still teach what I teach. All right, brothers, y'all don't have to go after. I'm gonna say it again. I seen a post. I seen someone did an AI post, right? And it was like it was a spirit. It was a demon, and it was possessed. It possessed that brother, and to say, I think, or whatever the case may be, right? And I started cracking up at the thing because it was real, and it was talking about DM this sister or DM this brother, throw in there a good shalom. Oh boy, yo, because she didn't posted that picture with the fringes on it, but it's really form fitting, you know, and she got that side profile, and she's making faces, seductive faces. Get me stumble not. Give me stumble not. All I gotta say to my spirit is, because yo, you know, one of the things that men lose his wits over is a woman. It's three things that a man will lose his wits over, and one of those three things, other than strong drink, and the truth, I believe, is a woman. Many things that men lose their wits over, but women were at the top of, I believe, Solomon's list.
That's
is that Sirach?
It's first Ezra.
Ezra.
Yeah, he asked the king, or they asked, what's the strongest thing? Truth, women, or strong drink, or wine, I guess. And that's that conversation.
Right, and the women made that list. But this is to my fellas.
They were a worthy contender too.
There was a worthy contender, and you know, and got nominated for that thing, right? Okay. There, every Oscar, every Grammy. I'm not going to get into the BET Awards, but anyways, go ahead and read that.
Counter to one. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 25 and verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Yes, the sister is beautiful, right? For the men, because don't desire that sister because you know she got a nice shape on her. She got a pretty face, and now you got a rocking pneumonia and a boogie woogie flu behind this woman, and you about to lose everything. When I say everything, your mind over this sister because how beautiful she is, and you get blinded by that, and you miss the steps on to prove her. Warrior wants Sirach 9 and 14. Get that?
I'm holding it.
Okay, go ahead and bring that out.
I want to start at verse. I don't think he wanted verse 14. I think he wants verse 4. So that's where I would start.
Okay, go ahead and read verse 4.
Yeah. I would read verse 4 through 8 if I can, but
Okay,
Con.
that's kind of a lot of verses.
So I say to myself, because I understand, yo, brothers, when you get over that hump of wanting to get your rocks off, it becomes a little bit easier because you're not looking. Yeah, she's pretty. I'm not saying you gotta go for the ugly ones, right? I'm not. All of the women God has created are beautiful. With that being said, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. You know, that's an offline conversation. Read between the lines. I'm not saying that you can't have a decent looking woman. Or you would like to woo a decent looking woman, right? That's not the mindset. That's just that's a benefit. I already taught y'all on how to prove. You brothers, y'all end up missing sisters too, because he's over here in his hoochie daddy shorts, or as we approach summer, that's what's about to come out now. We done left winter and fall. Well, we've been left fall. We done left winter. So now brothers then took the tight joggers off, and they putting on they took off the gray sweatpants and the joggers, and now they putting on the hoochie daddy shorts. Same thing, but y'all lose sight of that, and y'all on the front, y'all looking on the outer appearance, and you not trying to understand what they about. Go ahead and read that, and we're going to advance because I want to get off this. Because it's some other shit we got to talk about. It's some other things we got to talk about too, about etiquette. Go ahead.
I counted the one. This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
It says, use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Mm-hmm.
Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor
That's
sit
enough
down
on
with...
that.
Okay.
Break that down, Asala.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. That last
That's
verse.
something else. No, that's something.
Verse.
That next verse that's something else. To deal
I
with.
meant verse 8. This is the verse I want to focus on.
Okay,
Khan. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman. Previously, he said, "Don't give your soul to harlots." Right, and we know what a harlot is. That's like I don't want Theophilus said earlier.
A lady of the night.
A lady of the night. That's the term we'll use. So when we get to verse 8, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of the woman. Man, what's what Rod Wave say? He said something like she's beautiful, but she's really like a demon inside, you know, like that's how it be sometimes. Hey, sometimes they throw you away, right? But herewith love is kindled as a fire, man. We know the implications of dealing with women in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like you lay down with somebody, man, that's your rib. Y'all are one flesh now. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that thing is kindled as a fire. And what happens when a little bit of fire hits a dry field? Can that thing stop?
Mm-mm.
No, you're gonna have a whole field burning sooner or later. Hey, they be having that in California out there where you at. I don't want. You got them whole forest fire. And how does it start? It starts from a little fire, and it just grows, it grows, it grows. So that's what the scriptures are saying when it says love is kindled as a fire. That's something that has to be dealt with delicately, because if it's not, it can get extremely out of control, right? So I think that that's kind of what um, Sirach is trying to teach us here is, this is something that's got to be delicate because it's kindled as a fire, right? Fire is something you can't just play around with. You got to be careful with that. That thing can grow and it can get dangerous. It can get detrimental to you and your health. Right? I yield with that.
It's a good one. Just to quickly add on to that point as well, that's why we can't be hasty when it comes to you know, this point of like abstinence within the truth. You trying to like find a rib or you trying to find a rib or a husband within this thing, right? Because the scripture says that beauty is vain and favor is deceitful, but a woman that fears the Lord, that's who's going to be praised, right? Because pretty much the looks is extra, right? If she has a meek and humble spirit, she's kind and she's gentle, she's a pillar of rest. That's the true gift and reward at the end of the day. But you don't want to be deceived by the beauty and the look, because you're looking at the abstinence as a bad thing, right? You're looking at that refraining as a bad thing. Back in the world, we just kind of just went based off of those looks. We kind of just went based off of, the outer things. But
hit it first, figure it out later.
Yeah, that's what we're told. But no, this point in which we abstain is meant to heal our mind from those mindsets that we had beforehand. It's meant for us to be able to grow, to be able to bring something that's going to be beneficial into our lives now, right? Rather than you end up with a demon in a head wrap. And if a woman keeps you not focused on the truth and you put her away first, that is not the woman for you. Again, if you she's not building or adding onto your life. She's not trying to get you closer to the Most High. Father not in the midst of that relationship, right? But the way that you can avoid that is, again, having your mind and priority set within the first place. But it begins with things like this. You don't want that fire to break out and get to burn, right? It's because, again, it's like the brother was going into. It could get to a point where it's just like it's too late, right? But at the same time, it begins with what? Setting our mind in order, like Sirach said, right? And I yield there.
If someone invites you out, 9 times out of 10, we may have gotten away from that. I think other sisters and brothers that's around my age, we kind of understand that thing. I don't know if that's still being, but if someone invites you out to eat, right? 9 times out of 10, they're paying. And I understand we getting away from a cashless, we're becoming in a cashless era. But when you're sitting upon the table, at the table, right? And whoever pays, I'm gonna say this. Whoever pays, you leave the tip. You leave the tip, right? You have to be courteous. Why, when someone else, I'm not saying keep track, but be balanced. I'm not saying dollar for dollar. I'm not saying what are we saying now? I'm not saying band for band. We can go band for that's slocky. Have a balance. Every time that dog go out, you expect them to pay. Every time you get around them, you expect them to pay. Hold on. Where he at? Where Nassim's friend at? There we go.
Wrong spirit, wrong spirit, wrong spirit. You're operating. Yes, sir. You're operating in the wrong spirit. Wrong.
If you get a ride, if someone, I understand communication goes a long way. If you don't got it, you don't got it, but communicate that. I'm talking about etiquette. I'm not talking about, first off, I'm not talking about if you're in a circumstance. I'm not talking about that at all. That's another, that's a whole nother class. I'm not talking about, this is the etiquette, right? If someone offers you a ride somewhere and gas is about $100 a gallon, and someone offers you a ride somewhere or things of that nature, anything else must be said. If you're sitting here and you're having something to drink, you offer some, this has to be said. You offer something. You know, you want a little bit, you want to come inside for a little bit of red drink, right? You have that. Thought I seen something. Hey, it's spring and I have my window open and my the screen broke. So it's a warm, it's about 80 degrees out here. And I left my window open all day and little flying bugs are in here. Not too many, but got majority of them out, but you got some stragglers. So if y'all see me looking, I ain't looking for ghosts. Warriors, hey, it's no free rides. Yo, I'm not gonna do it, Q. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. But you know who you are. I'm gonna say that. You know if you're that individual because they may seem like they got it, right? And you want to piggyback off of them. Every time you've been swiping your card and constantly swiping your card and constantly swiping your card. You constantly feeding them. Not just food, but y'all understand it. When you're, give me what I want. I don't want that yet. Give me Sirach 11 and 8. Just hold it. You don't got to be seen all the time. We see you, Ak. We see you, sis. Just because you have some wisdom on a topic that's being brought out, give me Sirach 32 as well. Just because you have some wisdom on the topic, you don't always got to insert yourself in the conversation. So because you want to be seen, or you want people to know that I know this too. I'm in a class, right? I'm in a position of a student right now, and in the career, I say it all the time, right? Transportation. I know transportation, public. I'm gonna say that. Public transportation. Do got experience in private, but public transportation, I know like the back of my hand, right? And I said this before. The Most High has a way of humbling. And I'm in a position of a student right now. I have over 10 years of transit experience, right? From driver into management. I'm gonna say leadership. As a matter of fact, in class this week, I said something. I said Salakia, and they looking at me. I said, "Excuse me," right? So, because y'all know me, I got I know how to curb my speech, but it was some stuff that was come out and it needed a bit of choice words, and I forgot where I was at. I said, "Oh, Salakia," right? But I took the position of a student. Everybody else in the class with me don't have nearly as much experience that I have, and these people are, I'm the youngest one in the class, but they don't have anywhere experience that I got. They got to get to what they have to take tests, this, that, and third. I don't got to take the same test as they got to take, but I'm in the same class, right? Understand what I'm talking about? And it's someone else in the class, right? She has experience too. Don't, brothers and sisters, want to talk over each other. Stop talking over one another. I see this with our people all the time, and it really bothers me. Something gets said just because you have a knowledge on this too. I'm just gonna say it, yo. So I took a seat of a student. I'm not sitting there because I know this stuff. I know this stuff. We took a test yesterday, easy, 100-question test, easy and 100. Not even paying attention. I'm daydreaming. I'm sleeping with my eyes open. Not even paying attention. I'm just looking at I'm just looking at the stuff. Make sure I know, because I do need. I do need a refresher. It's been when you be in certain positions for so long and you get knocked down to a more humbling position. You do need, you know. So I'm like, so I'm going over it, but I'm not as tentative because I'm thinking back for when I first started and I was really up into that thing. So, and I'm not trying to let my attitude, because I've been in this thing, I've been in this truth, I've been in a certain kind of fields for a longer time than others that are brand new coming in. Understand what I'm saying? That are brand new coming in, and I may have a certain dimsel attitude on certain things, but I understand. I don't want what am I trying to say? I don't want my poor, I'm gonna say this, my dimsel or poor attitude on certain things that's being taught or certain scenarios, this, that, and the third, rub off on the new babies. And brothers and sisters forget that. They forget that. And you offend the little ones. With that being said, they didn't name me Coach T. They said, all right, Coach T, because they asked. I didn't get me to be invited up. Get me invited up. There's some where Q go? Give me Proverbs 25:6 in the GNT. I think that's what I want. And then I want to get Sirach 11:8. He may have to do something. Have to step off. You give me that Asala. Give me Proverbs 25:6 in the GNT. And I'm not calling myself, in a high position. I took a position of a student. Zoom that in. And knock all the mads off. There we go. Okay, go ahead and read that.
It's Proverbs 25:6. When you stand before the king, don't try to impress him and pretend to be important.
Right there. If you're before people that are in a higher position of you, don't try to expel all of your knowledge just because you know a little something. Or don't try to make yourself seem more important or put yourself in a status to make you seem like that you're more important than what you really are. I told you I took a position of a student, and I come from a background of being very arrogant before I came into this truth. I could tell you that. People that know me before the truth, they could tell you I was a very arrogant individual. You can't tell me nothing. You couldn't touch me with a 25-foot pole. Right. Still can't. because we could go band. We could, you know, Captain Yaquad told me something. He started laughing. Right? We was talking about something, and he said, "Hey, you know, they try. You know, they are doing that 2 versus what's that? Sidebar. What's that? 2 versus V1, 1v2? Is that how they say it now?
Yeah.
You know, they doing that 2v1. You know, maybe you know that they're trying to do that." And he started laughing, right? Because you know he know me. So I said, Adamwan, I said they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And I'm not gonna, you know, but hey, if you know, you know, right? So don't try to put yourself into a high place to make yourself seem you're more important to what you're, because you want to get your knowledge off, or because you're gonna look like, I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna look like a damn fool, and people are not gonna like you. They're gonna deem you as an irritant and annoyance, a know-it-all. Because when you're presenting yourself like that, right? You because the reason why you're presenting yourself like that, because you have a hasty spirit. I sit in the back and I'm quiet. I don't want to, because I know that y'all got it. What'd you say, Coach T? How the hell I get Coach T? Because when I was asked certain things, finish reading that out.
It is better to be asked to take a higher position than to be told to give your place to someone more important.
You got just as much experience as me. The instructor smiling. You got just as much experience as me. I got a few years on you. What you say on this? Read it again.
When you stand before it is better to be asked to take a higher position than to be told to give your place to someone more important.
Shh, you don't know that. You know what? Move out the way. Move out the way. I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna have her do this for me. Because you were hasty in spirit and you're trying to be seen, and you slipped in your speech and was off on what you said. Or you was in the wrong position at the time, and you tried to make yourself. That's embarrassing. Because this is done, this is not in private. This is done before people. Solomon is talking this when this is done before people. And I've been, every time I try to sit back and she said, "Don't you?" I said, right? Because this is what I've learned from my elders. I wasn't always like that. I want to. Asala, get me. Stay here. Just read it. Who's reading? Asala's reading. Q. Do I got you holding something? I still want 11 and 8 because I'm gonna get it. Get me. Okay, no. I just want it to be read. I just want it to be read. I want to keep this on the screen. Get me John 8, and I want the glory. I want glory. You know what I want? Brothers do that. You know what I want? I want the glory scripture. What glory scripture? It's 1,000 glory scriptures. You know what I want? Give me the glory. Because we can do it like this because it's on when you study and know the sense of the topic. You know exactly. You will know exactly what the instructor at the moment or teacher, or not to say teacher, or the context of the situation. Because this just doesn't happen in own class. This is in real life. But I'm gonna get to this is real life. But when you're in your own, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it because when you have conversations, just regular conversations in groups, I'm gonna get there. I don't want to jump the gun. start at, I think I want you to start like at is it John? It has to be John.
Are you looking for
The glory, the secret, let me see. Hold on.
are you looking
John
for
8 and 50. Is this what you want?
No, John
are you
7.
looking yeah, I was just
John
gonna say
7.
John 7 and 15. Not 15, but 16.
Yeah, that's what I want. 16. No,
Count
start
to
at,
one.
I want to get to the
My doctrine
18. Start
is
at
not
18.
my mouth.
Count
John
to
7
one.
and 8.
It's the book of John, chapter 7, and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
It says, "He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory."
I was
But
speaking before I came into this truth. I was one that speaketh of myself, and I used to tell us I was in all my glory because I wanted to be the glory. This is me, myself, and I. And I am right because what I was speaking of myself. Read.
but he that seeketh his glory that sent him,
Mm-hmm.
the same is true, and no
Mm-hmm.
unrighteousness is in him.
The same glory that like you. He that seeketh the glory that sent him, I'm seeking the knowledge and wisdom from the Most High God. And that is what's true. There's no unrighteousness in me. With that, I'm understanding the wisdom of God through his teachers. These things apply in practical situations in life. What does this have? It has everything to do about it because it's in the Bible. Now go back to Proverbs 25 and 6. You knowing how to conduct yourself. When you stand in the presence of people that are, I say this, people that are taller than you, you're not going to be invited to a royal event if you with your tongue out and your pants on the ground. Get a steamer and fix your clothes up on you. You're not going to be at an event. You're not going to be at a royal event. I know we got away from a warrior. We got away from ironing boards, right? But get that steamer and steam that thing. Why are you over there wrinkled? I'm looking at brothers and sisters that are out in public settings or in certain settings or in classrooms or whatnot. Like, be presentable. Your shirt is wrinkled. Your pants are wrinkled. What are you doing? And then you're untucked. This is a tuck-in shirt and it's untucked. Or you're looking real slouchy. The size is way too small or the size is way too big. And you're looking slouchy. Your hair is all over your head. You're looking like a wild child. On top of that, you got a very hasty spirit and you're wrong. You're going to be embarrassed because the people that are taller than you in that situation, they're going to ask you, go over there. Amongst the people. That's embarrassing. Then, you can take that off the screen. Then, when brothers are talking, or let me not say brothers, when we're talking, let each one finish their thought, then go ahead. Just don't jump over it. Yo, they asked me something and I walked away because I'm not trying, because it pissed me off, right? They asked me something and they wanted my thoughts on this, and the other person, soon as I started saying 2, maybe 3 words, she's talking 2. I walked away from the group. I had to dismiss myself from that situation because yo, 2 people can't talk at the same time. 2 people can't talk at the same time. Brothers want to run over each other in a speech and not letting the thought finish first. Make sure that brother's finished. Because you got an hasty spirit. Sisters want to talk over each other first. You know, understand, you know, it get excited, right? We was talking about some folly one time, right? Because this brothers think this only applies on classes no, this applies at all times. This applies at all times. I was talking with some brothers that are learned on this, what I'm talking about, that are very learned on this. The matter, some of them even taught me this, right? And we was talking about folly, and brothers get excited, right? Chief Levi is there. I'm there. Captain Yaquab is there. And if y'all know us, if y'all kept the feast day with us, you know we can get a little rowdy, right? And we're talking, and we're rowdy. But Sirach, read that. Sirach 11 and 8.
Counter to one.
Those rules are still being applied. We're still in order. Talking about folly. Read that.
It's the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes, chapter 11 and verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
Get the sense of it first. Yo, they don't want your wisdom at the moment. Sis? They don't want it at the moment. Because when you do speak, they're telling you to sit down. Step over there. You're wrong. Because you got a hasty spirit. Chill out. Don't interrupt someone in the midst of their speech. It's rude. And it's annoying as a motherfucker. Oh, Slakia. Give me Sirach 31. Quick. Do I got you holding anything?
Counter to one. It was this
What I
Sirach
got
30.
you holding?
We said Sirach 32.
32. I think I want 31 as what? Did we finish Sirach? I mean Proverbs 25 and 6. It was nothing more on that. There was nothing more on that. Give me Sirach 32. Give me Proverbs 23.
Sirach 31 or 32?
32. 31 is good too. I may get 31. Actually, I probably will go in 31 dependent. And all this has everything to do with business, believe it or not. The way you present yourself.
Which verse did you want?
Sirach 32 from the top. Okay, when y'all read.
It's Sirach 32 from the top.
Mm-hmm.
If thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest.
So if you're in, so basically, if you're in a position that, let alone you're a billable, right? You're at you're holding a high position during a banquet, a feast day, whatever the case may be. It just don't gotta be a new moon. Apply this at all times at a feast, right? And this is for you not to be, Sirach teach you not to be high and mighty. If you're being made a great, if you're being, you can apply this, you may be the honoree, right? Don't be arrogant and bold as you're better than everybody else. Be normal, be amongst the rest of them. Look, hey, you good? I know this is, we honoring me, or I know this is, but
it's
it's
a lucky one. You don't want to have like that, like you said, that high-minded spirit, like to where you like, oh, like you the main event at a feast day, right? We there to serve the Lord, right? Not this can go into many things, but of course, right? Like when you at a feast, right? It's not for you, even though you set everything up, but you're not doing that for your glory.
Right.
But instead, it's for you all to have a good time, right? As long as everybody else is good, hey, I'm good. If you feast with us, man, you see the Ottawanian, they take that exact same spirit, right? Like the general, he's not there. He's not got everybody surrounding him with, all eyes on me. Like, no, right?
He picks up a fort, everybody, ooh.
Right. But instead,
he moves over here. Y'all remember that? Not to cut your wisdom, King, but y'all remember that back when our beloved brother Michael Jackson was still alive and he was at the podium, and every time they moved, they was taking pictures. And then he ended up figuring that out, so he just started doing little poses. He was really trolling them, but don't do that. But go ahead, King.
Counter the one. You got that Michael Jackson spirit. You like, y'all ever seen that one where he was at like the Super Bowl and he was just sitting there just, yeah, you might have been called up. Yeah, you might have been whatever position you may be. You may be a new soldier in the camp, right? Even still, you're there to serve, right? Hey, we tell our soldiers this all the time. You're not there to kick it, right? But instead, you're there for business, right? We got to make sure everybody is able to serve the Most High and enjoy the feast comfortably, right? So take diligent care of them, and then we sit down and enjoy it with them, right? They're not enjoying being in your presence, right? But we enjoy being in the presence of the Lord. Now yield there.
This still applies, and this applies across. This just don't apply at godly. Let me not do that. At godly events, right? Michael B. Jordan should have won 2 awards. He played 2 roles in Sinners. Make sure y'all tapped in for Passover, right? So we're gonna do something. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch the movie Sinners. I'm gonna take a heavy risk. Come Passover week, I'm gonna take a heavy risk on After Hours. So make sure you go watch that movie Sinners. But with that being said, Michael B. Jordan, he didn't go to no fancy 5-star restaurant. Of course, it was late night, but whatever the case may be, he went on and sat down with the people. He went to In-N-Out Burger, even though I don't like it, but it's not about me. I would have went to Burger King, right? And he sat himself down and he fellowshiped with the people afterwards. The brother just finish verse 2.
Counter 1. And when thou was done all thy office, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them, and receive a crown for thy well ordering of the feast.
So basically, at the end of the day, after you did what you did, after you perform your duties and whatnot, sit down and enjoy yourself with as one of them. Don't be who's taking a picture with me next. Who's taking a picture with me next? Hold on. Who's taking a picture with me next? Right? No, that's the wrong spirit. I'm in everybody's picture. Right? That's the wrong spirit to have. Continue reading.
101. Speak thou that art the elder. It's like it. Speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music.
Because Q is laughing because he's been in situations like that. We got the electric slide going. We got the electric slide going, right? We high in spirit. We high in spirit. And I didn't see this, especially in the worldly places, all right? And elders be having wisdom and they want to pull you to the side. Read it again, Q. Come on back.
Selected one. Speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound
I
judgment.
froze. I thought he would just if he can hear me, if he can hear me, verse 3, King.
I can hear you.
Okay. Your mouth was open and everything. I thought something happened.
Hey, yo.
Okay, go ahead and read that.
Counter one. Speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music.
Yo, this is happening this is happening for years. This is happening, but at the same, this don't just apply to the elders. Yo, we at the high point, it's going on. Hinder not the music. Don't hinder the good time. Let me make a speech. Continue reading.
Pour not out words when there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time.
That's playing upon table. When entertainment is going on, don't draw out a conversation. You be on the phone with somebody and somebody, I gotta go. Something, you really gotta go. And they want to keep you on the phone longer after you already say I gotta go. And they keep on talking, okay, and they want to keep on talking and talking. It's the same thing. Don't hold the conversation up because you want to get your last words in. Wait a minute, I got to let you know this. It's not the time to show off your wit. Continue reading.
Counter one. A concert of music and a banquet of wine, as a signet of carbuncle set in gold.
All right, so basically, hey, when the music is going at the feast day, drinks is being poured, that's gold, right? That's all that is. Don't disrupt that. And don't be overcame by that. Don't be getting almost, let's knock that out real quick. Don't be getting toe up at these feast days. Not just feast days. When I say feast days, I just don't mean. Make sure if you want a physical calendar, send in your email to sotfeastday@gmail.com and we'll send you a physical calendar. But I'm not, when I say feast days, I'm speaking as Paul. Any kind of feast. Any kind of feast. If you're invited, or this is any kind, this still applies. Read on. Don't be getting, I'm bad. This is the point I want to make. Don't get overcame with wine and strong drink. Don't do that. And you mess the thing up for everybody. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Verse, where we at? Verse 6.
Verse 6. As a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold, so was the melody of music with pleasant wine.
Read on.
Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked.
Break that down, King.
Counter one. So it's some things that's comely, it's some things that are uncomely, right? When you look at certain people and certain things that they're bringing out, it makes sense, right? The scriptures tell us that, the wisdom of aged men, that's something that's comely, right? I believe Sirach says that. But for a young man, again, if somebody of less experience, speak if there's a need, if there's a necessity for you, right? And you don't want to be bringing out just going on and on and on when you're not versed in that subject. That's why it says, yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Now yield there.
Can you dramatize an experience? Your personal experience with that?
Oh, can I give an account of it?
Yes.
I would
I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't want to talk about that particular subject, because
Can't
this
think right off the
this,
top of my head.
you know, sometimes, like I said, be invited up to speak. Let them let them ask you for your wisdom. That's it. Brother brought that down good. The reason why I wanted him to break that down because it slips his mind at the moment. He told me an instance where this actually happened with the brother, and he was with people that are older than him, and he presented himself in a royal fashion, right? And the brother applied this precept perfectly to the T, and it was very wise, and they understood it. And my brother on screen here, he was actually used as the mediator for this of what went on. But read on verse 8. I just wanted to point that out.
Verse 8, it says, "Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words."
Let thy speech be, and this is not just to the now we done moved on. Understand a lot, right? Come to the point. Make that thing concise, short and sweet, and move on. Hold your tongue. Read on.
Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
Right. You don't got to know everybody. Everybody don't got to know because you well versed on this thing and you know it from the rooter to the tutor. And I just got it's people. You know, I got patches down my arm of excellent service, right? Safety patches, this, that, in the third. You know, make sure you know, or you didn't won these many debates. It's the way you present yourself. Just because you got a high knowledge in that, you don't let it. Stop being hasty. Read on.
Slugging one.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I'll read verse 9 first.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words."
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give it like a biblical account for you to look at. Look at Job when it came to
Elihu.
Yes, Elihu. Shoot, he wasn't there, you know, that speaking that entire account, that entire book of Job. He wasn't bringing it out like he was one of them, but he waited until after there was a necessity for him to explain some things, right? For him to cover a few topics that he actually spoke, right? Because again, these ancient men, he said, I should let wisdom speak, I should let age speak, right? But it's a spirit within man that he had to explain and, of course, cover because that wisdom was given to him from the Most High, right? But not because he just wanted to show it and just get it out there, right? But it was a need for it. It was a season for it.
Yeah.
Some things is out of season, right? Shoot, that's that rebuke that's not comely, like Sirach speaks about.
Hey.
I yield there.
Slaki,
Right. You don't want to be
my bad.
Yeah, you don't want to. We're gonna get that. Hold that, because you about to go there.
Yeah, I was just about to go Sirach too.
I want to go through this chapter. We're gonna stay here for a minute because this hit me every point. You don't want to make a nuisance. You bombarding them with question after question. Don't be again. Don't be an annoyance when people that are taller than you in place. Not physical height. Yo, I am I'm taller than most of my teachers. I'm saying, but they're taller than me. Read on.
Counter to one.
Yo, if y'all go on the channel, matter of fact, hold on. I gotta do this. Hold on. I gotta do this. Don't laugh. Come on now, YouTube want to go slow. I got too many tabs open.
If you need that one, I can get it.
Go to the Bay Area page.
Yeah.
SOT and Bow. Per
Counter to one. I'm there.
I'll share your screen. Yeah, I got too many tabs open. My YouTube is not loading. Maybe something with the Wi-Fi. It don't need sound or nothing. I just for you know.
Oh, there we go.
To give you. Did it freeze? I'm trying to find it myself. Things are just acting up. Just pause it. Just pause it. Just pause it. Right there. Now, I'm taller than Rata. But that brother is taller than me. I'm not going to bombard the brother. I'm not going to make a nuisance to my Adawan. I'm not going to be a nuisance. I'm not going to be an annoyance because Rata, he has a lot of wisdom and experience. And I show myself, I present myself in a way of not being because I do be having questions, right? I do be having questions, just then the third. But the Adawan, he always drops wisdom. And then he acts out. Then he not acts out, but then he asks me some certain things, right? And matter of fact, you know, if the brother is watching this, you know, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna get that to you for what you, because he did ask me for something, and I'm still doing the studying on that, you know, because we was going over some things. You know, you want to be brought up. You want to be brought up, and when it's in place of your elders or whoever you learn from, you're gonna know the right wisdom, and the right wisdom is gonna come out. That's what I'm saying. The right words are going to be said because what? You're not being hasty in spirit. You're not trying to, I know that, look what I learned, or don't you know about this, or you're in the right, you're in the right place, you're in the right spirit. You're in the right spirit, right? Hey, Shalom talk, good brother Roe, the chef, right? And we on etiquette. Hey, Roe, if you want to say something on etiquette, on how brothers be, you can take that off the screen. You know, because I know, Roy, I gotta hit you up. You know, it's kind of overdue for a good conversation. If you want to say something on etiquette, on brothers and sisters, how they present themselves, you know, hey, let me know. I dropped the link for you. Go ahead, finish reading that. Where we at? 9, 10.
Counter to one. It says, before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man shall go favor.
Oh, damn, the brother. Okay, scroll that up. Read that again so that people can see it.
Counter to one. It says, before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man shall go favor.
Basically, the reputation of a modest person, your reputation shows itself first. Your countenance like that is as thunder and lightning. All praises, all praises. Because you know we can, you know, I want to talk about something. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up. I want to do something. I want to talk about something. I don't want to bring you on, but that's at a later time. That's in a later time. But all praises. Go to this is a big one. Read verse 11.
Counter to one. Verse 11. Rise up betimes.
Yo, rise up betimes. I'm gonna tell y'all if you don't. I understand this is the King's English, right? This is the royal, right? Read that.
Counter to one. Rise up betimes, and be not the last, but get thee home without delay.
Don't be and go. This is this is a lesson within itself. This that 32 and 11. That's a lesson within itself. But leave the function at the proper time, and don't be lingering at the door. Niggas are good for that. Yo, we tired. We gotta clean up. It's time to go. The music been shut off, and you over there swaying.
You know, niggas dap you up and say bye 3 times before they leave. They gotta.
Yo, we didn't say how about you? I was shot, but I could thought like 5 times already. How many times we gonna say shalom, shalom? How many times we gonna say that? We didn't bless each other 20 times. But that's just part of our culture, really. That's really just part of our culture for real, because we will say, all right, we're getting ready to go. And then we get to the door and we're talking a little bit more. And then we're in the parking lot and we're talking a little bit more. And now we at the car and we're talking a little bit more. Now we inside the car.
One leg in the car.
Right, one leg is in the car, and we're talking a little bit more. I'm not saying that can't be done, but understand. Don't basically, Sirach is telling, don't hold up the other party. Don't hold up the other party. That's all that's saying. Don't hold up the other party. If they're trying to clean up, go home. Go home. Don't go over there. I was good for that in the world. Even in hers. But you know, I want the after hour spot, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
I want, I'm at the after hour spot. But understand the time, because sometimes Israel, we could party to about 6 a.m. in the morning and it's cool. You got to understand the times that you're in. But if you're the last one there,
what you waiting for?
And you're not helping, listen, especially if you're not helping. Now that's different if and you want to make sure everything is good. You putting up chairs, you helping. That's
right.
That's different. No, but this talking about you being you in the way. Read on.
Counter to one. Verse 12. Take thy pastime, and do what thou wilt, but sin not by proud speech.
So when you get in your own presence of your own self, you can enjoy yourself as much as you wish. Just don't sin. Because Sarah, understand, you'd had a little strong drink, you high in spirit. This is a feast. This not just talk about a feast day. This wasn't just a feast day Sarah is talking about. We have parties, this, that, and the third all the time. We still do. We still do that. It don't take nothing for a nigga. As we approach good weather, niggas just gonna be throwing stuff on the grill just because.
Right.
I'm niggas.
Right? I'll do that all the time. Continue reading.
Counter to one. Do you want verse 13?
13.
Verse 13. And for these things, bless him that made thee, and hath replenished thee with his good things.
And at the end of the day, at the end of the feast, remember the Most High God.
That's right.
Remember bless the Wadi how we had a good time in the spirit. You put this feast day has healed me. This feast has it's washed over me. You got to be considerate. You got to listen more. Don't always be dominating conversations. You got to leave properly and act modest and be considerate. As well, you got to respect the privacy of others. Matter of fact, go to Sirach 21 and 22. That's a big one. Go to Sirach 21 and 22. I want to get, did we read Proverbs 23? No, we didn't. We're going to get Proverbs 23 after this.
Counter to one. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 22. A foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed of him.
Yo, the GNT says a stupid person will peep into someone's house through the door, then march right on in. But someone with experience and good manners will have enough respect to wait out. Just don't be, as we advance, right, and wind down. Don't just be barging into people's privacy, in a homes or whatnot. Don't. What am I saying? Don't invite yourself in. You know, somebody, do something or whatever the case may be, and they say, and they holding you at the door, and I'm trying to give a scenario without giving a scenario, and something is given back to you, and the person say, I could come in and help you out and sit down a bit, and the other party going to say, well, no, I ain't gonna let you come in this dirty own house. Well, I can help you clean up if you need me. It's just bad, man. Don't be in everybody's business. What y'all talking about? Hey, same thing applies. What y'all talking about over here? Don't be barging yourself in the conversations. Understand. Hey, you see one-on-one is going on, or maybe a small group or something. Understand the spirit of that conversation, kind of sense it. The brothers may not try, or sisters may not try to be rude and say, but they may be having a just take a step back before you go over there. Before you get before you insert yourself into the conversation. This doesn't apply to you. The sense of this is you inviting yourself in somebody's home. Don't do that. Be brought up, right? Be brought in. Be invited. Don't invite yourself. But same thing, don't go barging in. You see, hey, that's I didn't experience it, and they changed the mood of the whole entire conversation. Yo, I was years ago, and it was a very serious conversation I was having with some brothers, and a brother came over there, started joking. This was a dig, almost a counsel situation, and an elder brother came over there and started joking because he didn't pick up the sense of what we was talking about, and it threw it off. Go to Proverbs 23. I just want to throw that. Go to Proverbs 23 and 1. It was a lot more. The Spirit of the Lord told me don't go there. I don't know why he told me not to go. It was some other things I wanted to show y'all tonight. It was a lot more, but the Most High said, let it be. So maybe another time, because it's a whole much more etiquette I can get. Oh, trust me, it's a whole lot more etiquette. But as I'm presenting this, I am looking. I'm thinking, and I'm like, I need to go back go to the lab on this. When I say go back to the lab, I need to find a better word for ignorant. I need to find a better word for ignorant, right? Because yeah. It's a trust. It's. I mean, I know y'all thinking, well, it's a lot. We could go on. It is. Trust me, there is. But I need to sit back on this thing and let it simmer. That was wild, but I even caught that one.
Man, this brother.
Go ahead and read me that.
Proverbs 23:1. When thou when thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee,
Mm-hmm.
and put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite.
Yo, if you got a robust, what this is saying, when you're sat down at a dinner or whatever the case may be, don't be greedy. Don't eat up everything from everybody and you taking, now the food is gone. The people that cooked didn't get no food, but you over here got a stack of plates in, or the sisters that prepared it or whatever, or that then helped out, the people that helped out for the feast. And this applies, I'm not just talking about a feast day. The people that I've been like that, you know, and I've never been like that. I got some home training. I never been like that because you know I put a I had to put it. Solomon said, I think this is Solomon that said this. Put a knife to thy throat. Now, did Solomon just tell you to go unalive yourself? No. He's telling you, cut your appetite. If you hungry, cut your appetite. Don't go in there and being greedy and pigging out and taking multiple plates home. Because you do that when you go to the cookout or whatever the case may be, the people that bought the food, or you know, you go to somebody's house or party or whatever, and you over here eating everything up from everybody. And they don't got nothing. Lead them. Yo, it's been times. I didn't learn. Sometimes I be hungry, but I'm like, it's other people. I got food at my house. I could, I could go get me something. But hey, go ahead and eat. I all right, and I go ahead and take my plate. You want a little more? Don't be, hey, y'all don't be going, don't do this. Y'all got any more of them barbecue ribs? Talking about lamb ribs, beef ribs. Y'all got any more of that mac and cheese? Y'all got, didn't you already have? Don't do that. Be invited up. Be invited. Yo, y'all remember, if you take anything from this lesson, that applies. Be invited up. Hey, we got this. Y'all come, you want some? You're being invited to get you a little something more. Don't go begging. I remember I got raised this growing up. When you go into the house, or when you be invited to somebody's house, Mom will tell me, don't go in there and act like we don't feed you. Don't do that. But you had something cute.
Counter to one. Even just to add on to that point, this is what we touched on earlier in 1 Corinthians 11, right? One man taketh food and another man is hungry, right? Shoot, oh no, you asking. You over here. See, I don't understand what's the case concerning, the lamb, brother. You ain't pour as much wine as you did in the other brothers. Like that's when you come to a feast day, I will say like this: you're really not there for food. You're not there it's not a buffet.
I was just about to say that.
It counter to one. That's the spirit. You're not at a buffet, but instead you're at a holy convocation, right? Even Israel back in the day, we wasn't with this hedonistic spirit that we had back in like Greece and Rome, where you just indulging and just eating and just gluttonous, man. But instead, everybody had their portion, and what? We went about our day, right? You got food at home, eat at home, right? But you're not there to eat. We there to fellowship and serve the Lord at the end of the day, right? And I yield there.
yo, give me James 4:10. Give me James 4:10. It's a lot. It's a lot more. It's proper etiquette. Don't be confident in a plain way. Always be in the spirit of giving. Don't always be accepting. Don't give the bare minimum. Don't give the bare minimum. They asked you for this, but you know you got it for real. Give more. Sometimes you may not got it, but your spirit is. I'm not telling you to go. I'm not telling you to go bankrupt to do something, right? Because even Christ said the woman that gave in a mite, that's about 2 pennies around today's time, gave more than the people that gave in today's time millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, right? Because they had it. It was nothing for them. It was nothing for them to give a couple of more thousand. But be in the spirit of always don't be always in the spirit of take. Understand, because some people are ignorant of that. They're ignorant of that. Brothers and sisters will offer certain things, and it's no, I don't want it. Or let me not say. Brothers and sisters will offer certain things to individuals or to people, and you just take it, and you're not paying it back. I'm not saying that you must pay it back, but you always in the spirit of taking. I'm not trying to lay a burden on brothers and sisters saying, well, are you telling me I got to go give a gift? No. Let it be done in season. Be fair. Have a good balance. Don't be labeled as a brother or a sister that always takes, or as one that's always wants to be the belle of the ball, right? Don't be like that. It doesn't matter from the youngest to the eldest. It doesn't matter what position you're in. What am I telling you? Be on the same level as everybody else. Don't go when you're around brothers and sisters, just not at a feast day. When you're around brothers and sisters, don't be looking to shine. Don't be trying to make yourself more important than what you are, because you're wrong. Trust me, you're wrong. Something's going to come out your mouth because you're being hasty in spirit and you don't know how to control your speech. You interrupting brothers and sisters in the midst of their speech and the information that you're spewing out. You're looking like a fool. You're wrong. Someone says, Salakia.
I've selected one. I did have a quick point, but I'm a yield.
No, go ahead.
It kind of slipped me. That's why I was gonna. Yeah, I'm a yield.
Like I said, don't be always a taker. If you know you require a little bit more, go ahead.
No, I was gonna add on to that fact that even the Lord, when we was bringing like sacrifices and things and keeping the holy days back in the land, he didn't want us to appear before him empty even then, right? So we should always want to bring something, right? And that's kind of what I just wanted to add. Just a quick point.
Don't be always a taker. You know your party, or you want to come to the feast day with 5 people in your party, and you're expecting to pay the price of 2, or you're expecting to pay the same price as a single individual, but you got these many people in your party. Well, we should. Don't give me Sirach. Don't be a niggard. Give me that.
14.
Yeah, Sirach 14 was that 2. Don't be a niggard. Let's get that. I still want James.
Three.
Sorry, 14. Okay, I was close. I just may want Sirach 31, but we'll see.
Counter to one. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 14, and verse 3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money?
Don't be ungenerous. Brothers and took you from point A to point B, and I understand favors, right? I understand that, but don't be stingy with your wealth. Pay it. I'm not talking about if you don't. I'm not. Yo, this is about proper etiquette. I'm not talking about the ones that don't got it. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that. No. I'm not talking about the one you're in the financial. I'm not talking about what a brother you didn't give me rise. I'm not talking about you. You know who you are. You know who you are. I'm not talking about what this brother just wants his money back. He just wants his money. That's what I give. What I give because I give it. Because it was what freely given unto me. It's the ability. What I had to work for. Don't get it wrong. I work by the sweat of my brow for what I've got. When I say it was freely given to me, the ability for me to get those things, that what was freely given to me. Because the Most High can maketh a man rich and he can maketh a man poor, roughly paraphrasing. But when you do get a little extra and you're a niggard, an ungenerous person, what are you going to do if you are blessed with a surplus? Y'all got anything?
Counter to one. Because again, it's that charity that's gonna and of course it's not just always just going against the money, but that intent to help build is what's going to help us to grow, right? Shoot. When it comes to like somebody that's increased within, again, like a financial aspect, if they don't have no intention on helping nobody, they don't have no intention on on adding on to somebody else. The general asked this question on a class. He said, when have you the last time you asked the Lord to increase you so that you can help others? Right? It's asking the question, what should an envious man do with money? Because again, you're just gonna leave it to just rust under a dang thing, rust under a rock, right? Rather than again, pretty much helping others with it, using it as that defense. If you can defend yourself, use it to defend somebody else, right? Not saying just be a fool out here, because shoot, some people, like I don't want to say, people will drain you dry if you let them, right? But it's not comely for somebody that's not going to pretty much, it's not comely for somebody that's not going to use it for good, if that makes sense.
Right.
I'm gonna yield there.
It's a lot, yo. It's a lot more. Like I'm looking at my notes here and things that I really did want to talk about, but the Spirit of the Lord led me in this direction, because what we talked about earlier, it really had. We briefly touched on these topics.
Counter to what?
It was nothing to deal with what I really want to bring out. So just know, it is another part coming when the Spirit of the Lord gives that utterance to do that thing. All right, when He really wants me to just to cook and get on you niggas.
Let me cook. Never gave a damn. I ain't never gave no food. No.
Right? Y'all should know that by me. And y'all get to know me.
I fuck with that Glorilla. I ain't gonna lie.
I know he be in them hoochie daddy shorts with it.
All right.
Fell out with them hoes, we ain't never making up. Fuck back for everything I ever lost. I'm on.
Right. So say something for me. I'm over here doing too much. My screen froze.
Counter to one. I got 2 precepts real quick. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse number Ecclesiastes 7 and 10 and verse 6, as well as Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 17. Ecclesiastes 10 and 6 and Isaiah 1 and 17. Just to let me back off what the other one is going into. Pretty much, even though you might not be here just yet, that does not mean that you can't get there, right? The whole goal is this, and this is the reason why we're here at this point right now. Bring that out in Sirach chapter 10.
Wait, Sirach or Ecclesiastes?
No, Ecclesiastes 10. That's correct.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Because folly has been set in great dignity to the point where, again, we don't value none of these things anymore, right? Like the general was going into on a camp video, now it seems to be the most uneducated, the most rudest, the most pretty much disrespectful and standoffish individual is the coolest, right? That's the one who's exalted, right? The person with the least respect, or I say accountability, as self-awareness, right? That's the person who, again, they try to exalt. That's the person that, you know, they want you to be like. But instead, we got to exalt and make this chivalry, this proper etiquette. We got to make that good again. It's always been good, but we got to make it popular, right? Shoot, we lack some of these things even within Israel, right? That proper etiquette, and we conduct bad business with each other. So that's the reason why I want this in Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 17 real quick. The reason why the scriptures leave this stuff is for our learning, right? It's not because, you know, you're supposed to know this, right? I'm not saying that we wasn't supposed to know this, because, again, a lot of us, we know the curses, but this is the reason why we have it now, for our comfort, for our learning, for us to grow again. Read that, King.
God. Isaiah 1 and 17. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, and plead for the widow.
Man, that was proper etiquette and chivalry back then, right? These things that was honorable and respectful. But for us to get back to a point where we conducted on an honorable level and we prefer one another, is we have to learn to do well, right? It's going to take some time. It's going to take some dedication, but we got to commit ourselves to not just learn, you know, the deep things, the mysteries of the scriptures, but learning how to apply them to make our lives better and to make us better as individuals, right? Yeah, you can break down Revelation like the back of your hand, but what does that matter if nobody want to be around you? Nobody want to learn from you because you lack these things, right? So what the other one is bringing out, this practical lesson is so important because we as a nation, we must learn how to do well, right? And because when I teach you, I teach myself. Because we all know these things, we can learn these things. I yield there.
You know, everybody loves a generous host, right? Everybody loves a generous host. And, you know, in those individuals, they deserve that honor and praise. But everybody that knows somebody that's connected with you in some way, some form, type, or fashion, and when it's your turn, or the case may be, you are a niggard, stingy, ungenerous, nothing but complaints. Nobody's going to show. I want one more. Go to Sirach 31 and go to verse. I don't want to make this about strong drink, but I do want you to go to 31 and 31.
Counter to one. It's the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 31, and verse number 31. And it reads, rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging to drink.
Yo, when you're high in spirit, I'm gonna say this because you just don't. Yes, this does happen with strong drink, but when you're high in the spirit, and you both are high in the spirit, whether that be drinking or just really high in the spirit, right? Of whatever case what may be going on. Y'all having a good time. Don't mess up the good time by trying to hurt the other party's feelings. It's not the time to criticize that individual. And then with hey, you know you owe me a couple of dollars, don't you?
I don't want.
Go to drink. Brother laughing like he. Go ahead, King.
No, I was gonna say the feast day is not the time for you to bring up certain things. It's a time and a season for everything. Here it is. You bringing up despiteful words. You see, well, you know, you brothers, you know, you teach this about so and so. See, brother, you don't believe Christ is Zerubbabel, and here it is. You know, the leader of the camp. He trying to eat. He got trying to enjoy himself. It's not Q&A, brother. What are you doing? Right? Oh, you see, brother, you know, or oh no, it was that example that I gave earlier on the phone from the general. This is a brother in the truth, right? Like, yo, it's a time and a place for everything. But when it's a feast, right? It's certain things it's acceptable to speak about, and certain things that it's unacceptable to speak about. The general talks about this all the time. He says, when you're eating, hey, it's certain topics that you cannot discuss. Politics is one of them. Religion is one of them, right? Shoot, it's a few more that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I know those two definitely is like up there, and I yield there.
You know, it's not the time, and this doesn't. This applies at all times across the board. You don't have to be at a biblical feast day. You could be
right.
You have to function, and we trying to function, right? We out here trying to function, and you know, and you're messing up the mood. Don't be messing up the mood. It's a disgrace and it's an embarrassment. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about strong drink. You know, that's another class for another time. You don't really got to do an entire breakdown on alcohol. Handle yourself, brothers and sisters. It's not the time for that. Don't always in a place of a receiver. Give what you can give, or help out if you don't got it. Do it in some kind. I'm just not talking about the fee. Yo, I can't stress this, and I'm just not talking about fee. I'm talking in general. Why your boy got to pay for everything, or why your sis got to always, you know, have some kind of class about yourself. Royal, you come from a chosen. Well, yo, you come from the same bloodline as Solomon. I think Solomon was with low class niggas. Look at Sirach. Look all the So he said he rebuked the elders. He said, when we having a good time, don't go come over here with that long-winded, boring conversation about 1998. That was happening with the time of Sirach. That was like, I think about almost 2,000 years ago. I think Christ was about 2,000 years ago. This is almost like maybe over 3,000 years ago. And this was happening. Yo, you got to think about that. It's constantly repeating. I got to find some scriptures. I know some scripture in there about how the our sisters want to throw their assets in rotation. You know, I know they have to be doing. I haven't seen it yet, or maybe I did see it. You know, we don't got to get it. We don't got to get it unless you know exactly where it says exactly what I'm talking about. You know, but yo, this stuff is always happening. So be mindful of your brothers and sisters in every situation, just not feast days. Just not feast days. You know, man, it's crazy. It's really hey, I appreciate y'all for hearing me talk about this. I pray it was edifying. I know we didn't really get into the business, but apply these things that I talk with y'all about, that we talked to y'all about, to your business. But with that, with the sons of thunder Israelites, it's the hopes and heart and prayer desire that all of Israel shall be saved. Kwame Ashala.
Kwame Ashala.
Styles. Listen. Lama Sabatani, the chef and fame back the Holy Ghost with the Tommy. The pale horse behind me. I know you see the chariots suspended all around me. The lights and the thunder and the sound is astounding. We in the last days. The Lord with me, tell me while I ever be afraid. That's why I'm sharpening my blade. It's hell in the cell, Undertaker on the cage. Throwing mankind from the rafters to the stage. At the same time with his eyes in the blade. Get it, dog, if you're afraid. It's written on the page in the scrolls of a sage coming from a different age. Where the last shall be first, and the first shall be slaves. Jesus, the chef in his bag again. 12 tribes finna start battling, and that's when the bones start rattling. And throws start shattering.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.